Uma Bharti calls him the younger brother, and he was the youngest MP to be elected to 12th Lok Sabha 18 years back, and now it is a Yogi Yug that has dawned in Uttar Pradesh. The new Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, has taken oath in Lucknow just a short while back in the presence of the Prime Minister, the BJP President, host of other union ministers and even Chief Ministers of BJP ruled states. Keshav, Prasad, Maurya and Dinesh Sharma are his deputies, but it is a social engineering on a full display from the BJP's UP team. We talk more about that. Prime Minister has endorsed the agenda set by the Chief Minister. The first agenda, the first message by Yogi Adityanath has been that my priority is youth and jobs for them. Interestingly, Rajnath Singh's son and party Noida MLA Pankaj Singh does not find any mention in the list of ministers. And as we're talking about the social engineering of the UP team, this is how the cabinet has been divided for Uttar Pradesh. 17 OBC ministers, 6 Dalit ministers, 7 Thakur ministers, 8 Brahmin, 8 Kayast, 2 Jat and even 1 Muslim minister making way into Yogi Adityanath's cabinet. First up, let's take a listen in to the Congress defector Rita Bugana Joshi, who joined the BJP, also finding a berth in Yogi Adityanath's cabinet. Here's the exclusive reaction.
A tough task ahead. You have a meeting. Yogi Adityanath is considered a tough taskmaster, so a lot of tough talk ahead.
The government has already set the agenda, and this agenda was given to us by Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, in the form of a manifesto or sankalpat, whatever we'd like to call it. See, our agenda is clear. We want a transparent government. We want the people to say it's a government with a difference. No mafiaism, no gundaism. There has to be corruption, has to be contained. And women's security should be prime on our agenda. And I think we are going to do all that, farmers, etc., youth. So it's a Herculean task because in the past 15 years, both the SP and the BSP governments, they've really destroyed the entire structure. The bureaucracy is demoralized, the police is vandalized, and they are exploited. So I think we will have to give the bureaucracy and the people some leverage or some space to work, and then judge them on their merit.
Now, the Prime Minister during his UP campaign had gone to former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri's home, and this is the first time as well that his great-grandson Siddharthnath Singh was fielded as a candidate, and he won the West Allahabad constituency and also finding a berth in Yogi Adityanath's cabinet. Take a listen into this exclusive reaction.
I don't see a problem because the inspiration comes from no one but the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji. And I'm sure, along with Yogi Adityanath ji as our Chief Minister, the entire cabinet and all the ministers and all the workers, the BJP will be able to deliver and respect the mandate that we have received. So I'm very, very confident about that.
So there is a huge mandate that you got, and there are huge amount of expectations. What is the timeline that the people should be looking at for some work to actually be effective on the ground?
Well, I won't get into the timelines. And all I can say is that certainly the results will be seen very soon, and we are now going to be meeting. That's our first meeting, and I'm sure we will be seeing results and decisions being taken. And all I can say, I have worked under Amit Shah ji, and earlier with Modi ji when he was the General Secretary. So I've always enjoyed those who are tough. So I do expect Yogi Adityanath ji also to be tough, and then the delivery is much better.
All right, let's also take a listen into the Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. There are 2 Deputy Chief Ministers, Keshav Prasad Maurya, who was the UP BJP Chief as well, also said to be the man behind Yogi Adityanath's election as the Chief Minister, and the other BJP leaders present on the occasion.
मन में यही आ रहा है कि दुनिया से सबसे सुंदर मेरा उत्तर प्रदेश।
सबसे सुंदर उत्तर प्रदेश हो। सबसे बड़ा चुनौती क्या होगी सर यहाँ पर? सबसे बड़ी
चुनौतियाँ जो भी होंगी उसका सामना करेंगे।
और सबसे पहला आपका निशाना क्या है?
उत्तर प्रदेश को विकास के पथ पर आगे ले जाना, सुशासन के साथ कानून व्यवस्था को बनाए रखते हुए।
3 प्राथमिकता।
डेवलपमेंट डेवलपमेंट डेवलपमेंट, विकास विकास विकास, ये हमारी प्राथमिकता। लोगों ने हमें इसीलिए मैंडेट दिया है, और इतना प्रचंड बहुमत मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी के नेतृत्व में हमें मिला है। और आज हमारे सूबे के नए मुख्यमंत्री जी आदित्यनाथ जी ने आज शपथ ली है, योगी जी ने और उनके मंत्रिमंडल ने शपथ ली है, और पूर्ण विकास उत्तर प्रदेश का हमारी प्राथमिकता है।
यूपी के अच्छे दिनों के लिए 2 चीज़ों की जरूरत थी, अच्छा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर और करप्शन फ्री गवर्नमेंट। वो दोनों मिलेंगे और इसलिए हम कह सकते हैं कि यूपी के अच्छे दिन आ गए और मोदी इज द बेस्ट।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने विकास के मुद्दे पर चुनाव लड़ा है, विकास ही हमारा मुख्य उद्देश्य है। और योगी आदित्यनाथ जी ने भी जब उनका चयन हुआ तो एक ही नारा दिया था, सबका साथ सबका विकास।
उसको इनसिक्योर तो फील नहीं करना?
मुझे नहीं लगता इसमें, क्योंकि 3 वर्ष से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शासन है। 3 साल पहले भी यही बातें की जाती थी, अजीब अजीब सी विरोधियों ने बहुत दुष्प्रचार किया हमारी पार्टी के बारे में, लेकिन आज देश के अंदर सभी तरफ खुशी की एक लहर है, सब लोगों में एक सेटिस्फैक्शन है, सभी लोग मानते हैं हमारी अपनी सरकार है।
ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के विकास का रथ शुरू हो रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश में, भेदभाव की सरकार का अंत और अब सबका साथ सबका विकास की शुरुआत है।
आज आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत सारी हमारी महिलाओं ने भी मंत्री के रूप में शपथ ग्रहण की है, तो ये अपने आप में एक संकेत है कि महिलाओं के सम्मान के लिए, उनकी भागीदारी के लिए हमारी सरकार संकल्पबद्ध है। और जो मैंने पहले भी कहा कि उत्तर प्रदेश में कानून व्यवस्था एक बहुत बड़ा विषय रही है। हमारी ये कोशिश होगी कि हमारी सरकार में कानून का राज कायम हो और हमारी महिलाएं महफूज और सुरक्षित महसूस करें।
My colleague Maushmi is joining us, who's been tracking the developments and speaking to all the political leaders since morning there. Now, Maushmi, everybody has talked about the Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. But how will this Vikas happen? Because now the immediate challenge for Yogi Adityanath is a development model for UP.
That's right. See, Devana, Yogi Adityanath is meeting his cabinet ministers over tea, and he would be actually chalking out the details of what can be the possible priorities. Will women's security, law and order feature primarily? Farmers' issues will feature primarily. Irrigation is one big issue, and then you have the anti-Romeo squad. So there have been tall promises that have been made by the BJP. The question really is that what is the first move that the new government is going to make? We spoke to a lot of cabinet ministers, and they're all headed for the Tea Party in anticipation, because we were talking to them whether they were anticipating some tough talks by the chief minister, who is a hard taskmaster. So apparently people are actually asking for 15 days of time to actually see the effect of whatever decisions they take on the ground. And now so let's give them some time. A fortnight is not much time, so let's give them some time and see how the new BJP government acts on the ground.
Well, Maushmi, it's not a tea party, because if you go by the BJP's colloquial language, it will be chai pe charcha right now that they're having. And after that, we are also expecting Yogi Adityanath to brief the media. Stay with us. Well, so as the debate is on whether Yogi Adityanath will be able to move beyond the shadow of his controversial statements, or whether those statements will be recurring under his tenure as well. Now, Yogi Adityanath's family members were elated. We also caught up with them. Yogi Adityanath, who left his home at the age of 21 and has been in Gorakhpur. He is also, his real name in fact is Thakur Ajay Bisht, and from there he has gone on to ensure that he carves out an identity of the Mahant. Now, he was made the Mahant of Gorakh Math as well, and that's been the journey of Yogi Adityanath from coming from a very humble background, getting into politics as well. And here's how his family is expressing their elation.
हमें भी खुशी है कि वो अपने मंजिल की राह देख रहे हैं और आखिर उन्होंने वो राह पकड़ ली और उसमें सफलता मिल गई उनको। फिर जन सहयोग बहुत मिला उनको। 325 विधायकों ने हाथ जोड़ करके खड़ा उनका समर्थन किया है। ये मुझे बड़ी खुशी है और मैं कल से ही बड़ी ऊर्जा मिल रही है मुझे।
ये योगी जी के पिताजी हैं, आनंद सिंह उनकी माता जी हैं, उनकी बहन है।
My colleague Maushmi is with us as well and getting us more reactions. Maushmi is trying to get some political leaders as well. So Maushmi, the first message from Yogi Adityanath is jobs and youth. He's outlined the Vikas agenda, but how difficult will it be for him to maintain that? What will be the challenges given his controversial past?
See, Devana, the first message actually that came out of the official meeting that Yogi had with top officials of Uttar Pradesh, bureaucrats and the DGP was that उत्सव की आड़ में उपद्रव नहीं बर्दाश्त किया जाएगा. So here he was hinting out at the hooliganism that was actually seen in some places after the results were out, including Bareilly and some other areas. The DGP also, sources say, indicated that Yogi was aware that there were some miscreants who were trying to create mischief, and he said that those miscreants should be dealt with an iron hand. So you could have a hardline Hindutva leader who could actually toe the middle path, the part of the development. The ball is in the BJP's court. It is entirely the BJP's take how it actually takes forward the development agenda, or whether it actually chants Ram Mandir issue. That's one big issue that people would actually be looking at. Critics would also be following Yogi Adityanath closely, because the 20% of the minority of Uttar Pradesh are putting a big question mark over how the BJP government is actually going to treat them.
Absolutely, Maushmi. Perhaps also a reflection of that could be seen in Yogi's cabinet. One Muslim face, though no Muslim candidate fielded, but you have Mohsin Raza, who's been elected as minister in Yogi Adityanath's cabinet. So we'll have to wait and watch that how much Yogi Adityanath will be able to give reply to his